Hey folks, it's Cement once again. Welcome back to another review. Maybe it'd be a quick review. Once again for Corey, who's sent me quite a few of these Masters of Horror DVDs, and this one you can see is Pick Me Up, which is directed by Larry Cohen, who did my two favorite films he's done is Cue the Winged Serpent and The Stuff. And speaking of those two, this film also has Michael Moriarty, who starred in those two films. Now, this also has Fairuza Balk, who was in The Craft, among other movies. And this was a fun one. It was fun because the idea was pretty interesting, had a good hook to it. The acting was very well done, especially Michael Moriarty. Had some nice sense of humor. Even though Larry Cohen didn't write it, it was David J. Scow. But who knows, maybe Larry Cohen put his own 2 cents into it. And definitely an interesting story. Pretty much, it's a story about 2 serial killers. Michael Moriarty is a truck driver, and he picks people up and at times will kill them. Then you have another guy who's a hitchhiker, that when he gets picked up, he'll go and kill them. And then it's sort of this battle of wits and sort of sizing each other up of these 2 serial killers. Again, one's a hitchhiker, one's the truck driver, sort of opposite ends, killing people in different ways. And by the third act, fighting over this one victim, Fairuza Balk, on who's going to take care of her. And I just found it to be a very interesting story. Fairuza Balk, I think she does a good job. She's an outsider. Starts up with this bus being broken down, and she wants to just walk by herself, walk to the next motel. Michael Moriarty has a good sense of humor as the truck driver, sort of from upstate, like Pennsylvania or New York, like somewhere around that area. And I thought the guy who played the hitchhiker killer, he did a good job too. I'm not sure what his name is. I think Warren Cole. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but he did a good job as that guy too. I mean, hell, speaking of inventive kills, earlier the bus had driven over this snake, poisonous snake, and the hitchhiker found it, picked up, and carried it with him. And when he got to this bus, he strangles the bus driver with the dead snake, which I thought that was an interesting way to kill someone. At one point, Michael Moriarty, in one of those buses where you have the thing that slides up, and that's where the luggage, he puts a guy down there and slides it down and kills him that way. And there's definitely some interesting dialogue, some fun dialogue, when Michael Moriarty stops at this truck stop, I guess, rest stop. And he has this conversation with the clerk, and then shows him his gun, tells about, a gun, you just do that, and they go away. And he gives the clerk a gun, and talks about how, all you have to do is, have the will to kill, and, oh, well, here's a hollow point. And the clerk's like, wait a minute, you had a gun in the chamber? I could have shot you? Well, here's the thing, here's a hollow point, and when it goes in here, it makes a tiny hole, but when it comes back here, it's cherry pie. And then the clerk goes, no, I don't want nothing, I don't want the gun. And previously, Michael Moriarty said, I want to give you the gun because I like these rest stops, and, you got to worry about, punks. And then when the clerk doesn't take the gun, Moriarty gets mad. It's like, you know what, I'm disappointed in you. And I'm doing a disservice, but it's one of those things to watch, at least just for Michael Moriarty's performance. He does it much better than I ever could. And at times it shows them doing their business. Like Michael Moriarty, you find out he has this woman, this dead woman, in the back of his truck, hung up like it was a thing of meat. On the flip side, you have the hitchhiker like chasing this woman, and he ties her up, but then we never see her die. So I'm thinking, is she still alive, or maybe she'll die out there of starvation? I don't know. And another woman that he has in a hotel that he's cut some bits of skin off. And in the midst of this is Fairuza Balk, and I enjoyed the interplay between these two killers. I thought both actors did a good job. They do this thing of sizing each other up, sort of messing with each other. And then you get the third act where Michael Moriarty picks up Fairuza Balk and then picks up the hitchhiker, and they both again have this interplay of back and forth. To which point then Fairuza Balk, hits the brakes and both the killers go through the windshield. And I'm going to talk about the ending, so spoiler alert from here on. I'll just say that I thought it was an interesting story. It was well acted, kept me interested. Liked the location being on the highway. And yeah, I thought it was fairly well written. Some interesting pieces of dialogue. It has a little bit of good sense of humor to it. The only thing I didn't care for was the final twist. So I don't want to spoil that right now. Starting now. What the final twist is, and I remember when I got this, I said, because it even says here, but it's the most horrific twist of all yet to come. I mentioned, oh, Fairuza Balk is going to be the killer. Well, I was wrong. I will admit that. I was wrong. In fact, I probably would have found that better. Because it's so out of the blue. I think that's what bugs me about it. It's an ambulance has come and has picked up Michael Moriarty and the hitchhiker. And there's some funny interplay where they're still trying to hit each other, and the ambulance guy, there's two guys, one in the front, one in the back, saying, calm down, guys. And then one guy tells the other, hey, 2 for 1. He gets these 2 needles with air in them and kills both of the killers. And then you realize that they also have the Fairuza Balk tied up. Well, we'll save you for later. So the 2 ambulance guys, they're also killers. And, as a guy says, I felt that was a cheap shot. And I don't like cheap shots. I felt that was kind of a cheap twist ending. Because it's so, randomly out of the blue. I'm like, okay, now these ambulance guys, they're killers too. And they drive off, and then it ends. And I don't know. Some people like that twist ending. But to me, it was just so out of the blue. I guess that's the point. It's a twist. It's supposed to be. But I felt it was too out of the blue. I thought it was just too almost fucking random. If someone said, I don't know how to end this. Well, there's got to be an ambulance, so yeah, make them killers too. It almost felt like it was that. So, if you like that twist, that's cool. I didn't. In fact, I would have just been fine if Fairuza Balk is with them in the ambulance, and without the ambulance guy sees it, she picks up the 2 needles, kills them, throws them away, and says, I guess they die of a heart attack or something. I don't know what happened. And then she lies and says, oh, and then, maybe the guy says, were they friends of yours? And she goes, no, not really. And then they drive off. I would have been fine with that. No twist at all. I think that would have made it better. So I didn't care for the way it ended. But the rest of it, I did enjoy. Overall, I did enjoy the back and forth interplay between these 2 killers of sort of opposite streams, whether it be the hitcher or the driver. Well, not that there's one hitcher, that's Rutger Hauer. So the hitchhiker, although that would have been cool if they got Rutger Hauer to come back and play that character. And Rutger Hauer going up against Michael Moriarty, played by Larry Cohen, that would have been really cool. That would have been pretty damn, and a nice sort of wink to people. they hit you. But I thought this guy did fine, and Michael Moriarty was definitely the best part of it. Fairuza Balchi did fine, and yeah, went at a good pace. It's under an hour. I think it's definitely worth a look for the decent hook of the story and the just an interesting setup for a story and some nice dialogue, some good performances. Overall, I liked Pick Me Up. That was pretty good. So, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.